Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy, back again with another live stream live at 7. I think it is 7:30 right now, but it doesn't matter. We are back again with another transfer episode, and we are going to talk about so many things in this episode. First and foremost, it looks like we have close to getting our first signing of the summer, and that will be none other than Edmund Tapsoba. Arsenal is in talks, advanced talks to get Edmund Tapsoba. We're going to discuss that and more. A couple of reports from Germany, a couple of reports in England have reported the situation between Arsenal and Edmund Tapsoba. And I'm going to try to discuss what that might mean for the likes of William Saliba. I mean, it looks like we are really seriously getting a right-footed centre back. William Saliba, what does that mean for him? What is his future at the club? We are going to discuss that because it really means a lot now. It's more serious. Yesterday we talked about Jules Koundé. Today we are talking about Edmund Tapsoba being one of those players that could actually sign fast in the summer. But do for me a couple of things before we go. Before we proceed, go into that description. Click on that 1xBet link. Make sure it will take you to the 1xBet website. Make sure you use Cossy Media as your promo code, and you will straight away get $130 as bonus on your first deposit. So it's as easy. It's as easy as that. Go in this in my description. Click on that link, the 1xBet link. Then obviously it will take you to their website. Sign in with promo code Cossy Media. You'll get up to $130. That is easy money. And of course, you're gonna bet on that Villarreal Manchester United game. I wish it was Arsenal Manchester United. I wish it was Arsenal in that final, but there's nothing we can do. So you can bet on that final, and you're gonna win loads and loads of money on your first deposit if you use my promo code Cossy Media. Do that. And then the other thing is hit the like button. Obviously, people do hit that like button. It really means a lot. Make sure you always get involved by hitting the like button, commenting, sharing, and of course, subscribing to the channel if you're new. This is the transfer segment where we talk about most of the stories that are actually catchy in the day. And we start with Arsenal in talks with Bayer Leverkusen for centre-back Edmund Tapsoba, who is on top of their list of targets. That is according to Glongari, obviously from Germany. Now, Tapsoba is a centre back playing with Bayer Leverkusen, and it looks like Arsenal have players on top of their list. When Mikel Arteta said most of our players are still convinced they want to join Arsenal, I was a little bit skeptical because the likes of Grealish, the likes of Emi Buendia wants to join Arsenal as well, and the likes of Bissouma. But when we talked about the likes of Jules Koundé, I was a little bit skeptical because there is no way such players of that caliber want to join a club, whether it's in European football or it is not. But it looks like Arsenal has its own talent. We have our own scouts, and the first player we have scouted is Edmund Tapsoba. A deal could be in the pipeline, and it could be announced very, very soon. So, according to reports from Germany, according to Glongari, so make sure you check out that. You can check that on my Twitter account. I've retweeted it, or you can also check the AFC staff. They have also tweeted it, and they have said Arsenal is in advanced talks with Bayer Leverkusen for centre-back Edmund Tapsoba. I've been trying to look at some of his statistics as a player, and this is how he stands on FB Ref. So per 90, if we decided to go for per 90, trying to assess his strength and weaknesses, per 90, he attempts almost passes attempted 92 per 90. Pass completion stands at 91% per 90. Ball pressures 12.75 per 90. Clearances per 90 is 4.72. Progressive carries, he stands at 4.40 actually. Then progressive passes, he stands at 4.28. This is per game, per 90. Aerial balls won, he stands at 2.73. Aerial tackles won, he stands at 2.31. Blocks per game is 2.26. interceptions per game. It stands at 1.32. Shot creating actions 0.77. Obviously, as a defender, I don't expect him to create many shot creating actions. Touches in the penalty area 0.72. Shots in total per game is 0.75. Dribbles completed per 90 is 0.55. Progressive passes completed for a defender, recorded per 90 is 0.27. Expected number of goals and the expected number of assists combined per 90, it stands at 0.05. Expected number of goals per 90, it stands at 0.03. Non-penalty goals at 0.92. Expected assists, he stands at 0.02. And assists per 90, he stands at 0.00. So he's a typical defender. I've been looking at Tom, the Guna talk, and he was talking about Tapsoba on Twitter, and he said one of the things that actually make you believe what we are going for. He said Tapsoba is a very physical, fast player who always wins his aerial balls. And for me, my problem this season, one of the problems I've had with Rob Holding this season has been the fact that when it comes to winning area balls, he is dreadful, absolutely dreadful. And I was a little bit skeptical when it came to Arsenal going for a centre back. I thought it was never going to happen. Of course, being Devin Ornstein, breaking the story, I thought it had, it held some water. But I looked at other priorities, at Arsenal, and I thought we wouldn't go for a centre back first. But it looks like we are going for a centre back first in Edmund Tapsoba. But there's a big question with William Saliba. What does this mean on his future? He has had 2 loan spells now, ever since he signed for the club. You want to bring in Tapsoba at the moment. What is going to happen with the likes of William Saliba? Are we going to lose with William Saliba? Is he not the player Mikel Arteta loves? Because that could also be a possibility. We might be talking about Saliba, but Mikel Arteta doesn't rate the player. Mikel Arteta doesn't love the player, and that could be something that is, in the open. But I think going for a centre back, it only helps us as a team. I mean, that means I wouldn't see Rob Holding next season. I wouldn't see Rob Holding playing for Arsenal regularly next season. That is what I want. I don't want to see, Rob Holding play in that Arsenal side regularly. But I'm gonna try to get a very clear-cut story from the Daily Express. There are 2 stories from Court Offside and the Daily Express. Let us go for the Daily Express because they're a little bit more credible than Court Offside. I just have a bias on Court Offside. And let's see what they have written about this deal of Edmund Tapsoba. Now, according to the Express, story written by Ryan Taylor, published 2 hours ago, they have said Arsenal in talks to sign Edmund Tapsoba with Bayer Leverkusen start top of Edu's shortlist. All right. So they are saying that Arsenal have opened talks to sign Bayer Leverkusen defender Edmund Tapsoba. According to reports, the Burkina Faso international has been among the best centre-backs in the Bundesliga since arriving from Victoria Guimares in January 2020 for 15.5 million. Now, there's a big question. There's a really big question. If he signed for 15.5 million, and he's been one of the top defenders in the German Bundesliga, how much are we going to pay for the player? The Gunners are looking to strengthen the heart of their defense, with David Luiz set to depart upon the expiry of his contract. It's an area that has proven a weakness for the Gunners this season, particularly during their mid-season blip last November. Mikel Arteta wants to strengthen at the back and has discussed a list of targets with Edu heading into the summer. According to Italian journalist Gianluca Longari, not DiMaggio this time, but Longari, I say Tapsoba is the top of Ghana's shortlist, and the club have initiated talks for the defender. So that is according to the Express. Of course, they add something later on. They say Tapsoba was also the subject of an inquiry from Liverpool back in January when the Reds were scrambling for a centre back. He previously had a 44 million release clause in his last contract before recently signing an extension. Leverkusen were cautious that the figure was low, and are likely to have raised the figure in his new deal, although there has been no confirmation of that so far. Right. So now we have the details. We have looked at how good the player is. Now we have the details. Arsenal really interested in Edmund Tapsoba, and he's on top of our list. But people, first tell me, people, should we sign a centre back or should we give a chance to William Saliba? Because I think, in both occasions, we are right. If we give Saliba a chance, I mean, why did we sign him? In the first place, if we were never gonna give him a chance, so we are right to give him a chance. But we are also right to sign in a centre back, depending on how Rob Holding has been, messing all over the place. He's been absolutely, abysmal, dreadful. So, we are right to, we have the right to sign in a centre back. With David Louis leaving the club, I think there is a need. But I'm asking myself, if you're going for a young centre back like Tapsoba, what does it mean for William Saliba? I mean, what is the logic behind it? I thought and I said it before when I was talking about Jules Koundé, that if Arsenal want to go for a centre back, I think the better player, the better option in that area, you go for someone who's a little bit experienced. You go for someone who's of course not only experienced, but someone who has the pedigree, someone who can lead on the pitch. Just like we have had David Lowe, just like Chelsea signed in Thiago Silva last summer. I thought we would go for something like that. But going for a younger centre back, what message are we creating? What message are we sending to the camp of William Saliba? Are we telling them that, you know what, you can pack up your bags and go, you'll never play for Arsenal? It's unfair. He's one of the best young defenders in the world. He's one of the best young defenders in Europe. And if we let him go, because this is what we are doing, is frustrating him. The moment Tapsoba signs, you're going to have Tapsoba and either Pablo Mari or Gabriel in that defense. And anytime there is rotation, it's always going to be Rob Holding. So you're literally suffocating William Saliba. Unfair, 100%, 100% unfair. The deal is good. 44 million pounds. It's really is close. I think with Germany football, it's a little bit different. You can negotiate your way around. It's not like in the Spanish Liga when a club says you've got to pay the damn release clause. You've got to pay it. But I mean, I want the player. I want Arsenal to strengthen. The defense has been our problem. We have conceded 39 goals in one season. In 38 games, we have conceded 39 goals. Literally, we have conceded a goal per 90. That is ridiculous. Really ridiculous. I mean, for a club of the stature of Arsenal, we should at least keep a clean sheet, per 2 games. But, the rate at which we concede shows that per 90, Arsenal concede a goal. And it's ridiculous. And it's courtesy of having the likes of the likes of Rob Holding, the likes of Hector Bellerin, the likes of Murray and all those defenders that I believe are not good enough. So, people, what do you mean? What do you think about Edmund Tapsoba? I'm going to do a video about him. Welcome to Arsenal, Edmund Tapsoba. I'm going to do that video and I'm going to upload it at exactly it's going to be 11:30 p.m. today. So we shall try to see what he is all about. Is he a very physical defender? Is he, does he use, his brain? Because I do not understand why Arsenal has decided to sign in a centre back as a priority. Imagine the first signing we might do is a centre back. Among all our priorities, a right back, a left back, two or three midfielders, a strike at least. The first signing we are going to make is a centre back. And of course, like I said, Ornstein has spoken about this deal before. And he said, however much a central midfielder is a priority for Arsenal, a centre back, a right-footed centre back, is another priority. I talked about it yesterday, and someone, I think it was on WhatsApp, who told me that that story was baseless. Now you can see where we are. So the fact that the transfer window has started only shows you how far we are going. But anyway, that's the first deal we could do. Edmund Tapsoba from Bayer Leverkusen. very young centre back linked with Arsenal, and reports claim that Arsenal is already in serious talks to see that they get Tapsoba, the centre back. The question for me in this video is: do you take him or do you just keep William Saliba? In my opinion, I keep William Saliba and Rob Holding, because I mean you're never gonna sell Rob Holding in this year, in this summer. He has already signed a new contract this season, so we're never gonna sell him. So keep Rob Holding and Willie Saliba. At least one of them, can play for you next season, and then tackle on the other priority areas. At least Bissouma, because Bissouma's price tag has been cut today. And that is something, fascinating for me. Very, very fascinating. We're going to talk about that. But the fact that Arsenal has decided to go for a centre-back gives me mixed feelings. I'm happy, honestly. I'm happy because of the new signing. After all, the defense has been a problem. But I'm also a little bit, not too much, too much of, getting carried away. I think we have more priority areas to deal with at the moment than getting in a centre back. Now let us talk about Joe Willock, because David Ornstein has been speaking about him as well, and he said, I'm sure they will get him back for preseason, and then make the decision. I don't think they will be in a rush on Joe Willock. As I understand it, relatively recently, if an offer of 10 or 15 million, no chance it wouldn't even be considered. Of course, that is David Ornstein speaking about the situation with Joe Willock at the moment. And I mean, I've not done a video about Joe Willock, and I think it's a little bit unfair that I've not talked about Joe Willock, especially with his performances this season. 7 goals out of 7 appearances consecutively. 7 goals out of 7 consecutive appearances for Newcastle. He's done well or none. He's done absolutely well. He's done better than the players that we retain. I mean, how many of our midfielders have 2 goals this season? Smith Rowe has 2. Xhaka has 1. Partey has nothing. Or Odegaard has 2 or 1? So I think it's been better than many of our midfielders. But we've got to understand, as Arsenal, we're a big club. And I don't mean this, in a bragging manner or whatever, or whatever things like that. But honestly, Arsenal is a big club. When we talk about the likes of Joe Willock, that a player that has scored 7 goals for West Ham United, for Newcastle United, yeah, it's good. I mean, he's having a tremendous loan deal out there, and I give him a lot of credit, really, a lot of credit. But is it the quality of Arsenal? That's the thing we've got to ask. What should we? What does that performance mean for Arsenal as a club? Does it mean we should just look for a new look for some money out of him? Because for me, that's what that's what I see. When you have a player like Joe Willock who when he performs like that, the only thing you've got to do is thank God you can get some decent money. 20 million, 25 million. It could even, it could even be 30. I mean, it could be a good evening. It could be 30 million. We could get some 30 million from Joe Willock. But I don't see Willock with a future at Arsenal. Such players are there. They are going to perform very well at a mid-table team. With all due respect to Newcastle, we've not been so different from them this season. We have been absolutely bogus and shit. But we are still we are still a top 4 side. We are still a top 6 side. So, he's going to perform at those clubs where there is no pressure. But for me, Willock is not an Arsenal material. These are players that come through the academy. Whenever he gets ready, you sell him. The likes of Alex Iwobi. I'll never be mad at Arsenal for selling Iwobi. Never. Because that, where he's gone at Aston Villa, that is his level. He's going to perform, at that level. You'd never blame Arsenal for selling, Alex Iwobi. And if no one blames Arsenal for selling Iwobi, why would anyone blame Arsenal for selling Joe Willock? So I think we should sell him this summer. It is a perfect opportunity. Newcastle want him, and a couple of other clubs, a couple of other suitors will want him. The likes of West Ham, the likes of I don't think Leicester City will go for him, but I think West Ham, Southampton, Newcastle, Probably the likes of Norwich, they could go for him. They would want him. And because he's English, he's young, he's English, he has good numbers, good statistics last season. Yeah, you're gonna give him, the benefit of the doubt, and they're gonna give us our 25 million. Already, we've talked about it. We need to fund this summer. The Cronkies are never gonna get their, long nails into their pockets to give us money. It's never, it has never happened. It's never gonna happen with an amateur manager. And this season, we didn't have fans in the pitch, in the stands. That means we've made less money. I think I was looking at how much money Arsenal have made this season, and it looks like it is very, very less money. Let me try to look for those statistics here in my pictures. I have the picture. How much have we made this season? No, it's around 120, because it looks like City have made 163 million out of TV rights and winning the championship and everything. So imagine if City, who are table leaders, who are champions, have made 160 million. Imagine how much we have made. And that money is never going to be spent on transfers alone. That is money that has to pay off workers. That is money that we have to use in in so many other things. So the top clubs, how clubs have actually received in this year, in this season. Arsenal, who are 8th, have received 123 million. Wow, that's good. 123 million in broadcast or TV rights. And then actually, it looks like most of the clubs have received 123 million. So there is nothing special about that. And then we have also achieved, or we have earned 26 million, which has been called merit. I don't know what that really means, but it's called merit. And in total, Arsenal have collected 149 million. Just for this summer, we need almost 200 million to make it right. 200 million. Okay, 100 million. And if you tell me that Arsenal has earned 149 million, and we need almost 200 million in the summer, that means we've got to sell our players. We've got, there is no question about that. We've got to sell many players as we can. And one of those players is Joe Willock. The likes of Torreira, the likes of Edin Ketia. Those players need to go for us to fund this summer. We need to be a little bit ruthless. I mean, I would sell Alexander Lacazette to fund the transfer window. If I'm getting into 3 midfielders that are quality, I'm getting a right back that is quality, I'm getting a backup left back that is quality, there's no reason as why I don't sell Joe Willock. I know many people want to see him back at the club, and that's the nature of us, the fans. Whenever there is a player blossoming, we want him to be part of the club. But honestly and truly, Willock is never gonna keep that up. Willock is not Arsenal standards. Yes, he's been there, he's risen through the ranks, he has the identity, he has the DNA of the club. It's time to move him on, sell him for 20 million, add just another 10 million, because Brighton have lowered the price, the asking price of Yavis Bissouma. Well, I don't understand what's going on with Brighton. I really don't understand. But if Bissouma is 30, you could sell Willock for 25. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Sell Willock, get in Bissouma. Who would say no to such a deal? So, in my opinion, like David Onstein says, it's not going to be rushed. That's the first thing I've loved about it. It's not going to be rushed, but at the end, if the right money comes in, we shall sell Joe Willock. How many of you people in the chat would sell Joe Willock? Just let me know in the comment section. Would you sell Joe Willock at this point in time? Don't forget to smash the like button, people. Smash the like button, but also as you do smash the like button, make sure you bet with 1xBet. Make sure you visit their website and use promo code Cossy Media. You'll get $130 in bonuses. Okay, so literally it means if you deposit $500, you'll actually be able to get around $90 to $100. That's free money. People, you should make yourself free money. I'm also planning on making some free money there. Anyway, let's talk about Dani Ceballos. At the moment, he has gone back with, of course, with Martin Odegaard. He's gone back with with Martin Odegaard to Real Madrid. Their loan spells have ended. They have expired, and according to Romano, the player doesn't want to come back to the Premier League. He wants to play in Spain. Now, according to Ceballos, he has written a very emotional message to all the Arsenal fans, and he said, thanks Arsenal, and thanks to all Gunners for welcoming me with so much love from the very first day I wore this jersey. Okay, I'm also wearing this jersey anyway. And he says, for letting me experience the feeling of being a Ghana and allowing me to be part of your family all this time. A complicated year for many reasons. Has come to its end, especially having missed the chance of leaving home matches in the Emirates Stadium with our supporters. Still, I assure you that I'll never forget your warmth and support in every moment. I'm sure that Arsenal, being a historic and great team, will soon be back on top, winning championships and being a reference as it is and always has been. The club and especially its supporters deserve it, and I'm confident they will achieve it. Thanks to all the people who are part of the team: coaches, kitmen, medical staff, communications and marketing team, employees, managers, and especially the supporters. All those persons who often work quietly, giving all they have for this great club. Like me, people. I want you to know that I have always worked very hard and tried my very best for this crest in this jersey. I wish you the best and the success that I'm sure will come one day. Let's go, Gunners. Goodbye and thanks for all. That has been Dani Ceballos. Well, I don't think the message is emotional. I mean, many people have said, "Oh, he's written a very emotional message." The message is not emotional. He's just written some paper, thanking us for being tolerant. I think what he should have written as Dani Ceballos to the fans is, "Thank you for being tolerant. Thank you for being so tolerant with me because I've been absolutely bogus this season." But like he said, he has had a very rough year that has come to an end. Eventually, I mean, I don't miss Dani Ceballos. I can't miss Dani Ceballos. I don't remember when we last had a good game with Dani Ceballos in that pitch, and I don't understand really, because when he gets the ball, when he has the ball, you feel like he's a talented player. I mean, he's not rubbish, talent wise. He's gifted, but I just don't understand. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it why Ceballos just can't prove to everyone what he is all about. Anyway, he's gone back to Real Madrid. I don't know what Real Madrid are gonna do with him. Whether try to loan him out again, or sell him on a permanent deal. Of course, according to the contract, we were to sit down with Real Madrid at the end of the season to discuss the future of Ceballos and Martin Odegaard. That is it. Now, for Ceballos, it is done and dusted. He is never gonna come back at the Emirates Stadium. For Martin Odegaard, that is where things are very interesting, because Norwich are putting us on pressure. They're saying, if you want the player, come. If you do not want the player, then let us know that you do not want Emi Buendia. Now, what Arsenal is doing is buying some time, trying to show us that Odegaard is our first priority, and Real Madrid at the moment are not responding. Because for me, my problem with Madrid at the moment, they're not even sure that Zinedine Zidane is going to be their next manager. Actually, it looks like it's going to be Allegri. And, it's going to be like the Felipe Coutinho deal. We are eyeing Coutinho. We think he's going to sign. The moment Ronald came on that, Barcelona side, he said, you know what? I'm going to fucking keep, Coutinho. And I was like, what are you talking about? And it could happen with Allegri. I mean, that Real Madrid side doesn't have a lot of quality. They're saying they're listening in to offers for Eddie Nazar. They also want offers for Gareth Bale. So it looks like they're clearing out. I don't think they'll let go of a player like Martin Odegaard. Otherwise, we shall have to wait and see. But for Ceballos, thank you so much for the message. I mean, it only shows that you are very concerned about the fans. but you're not going to be missed, especially this season. Last season, yeah, we could miss him, but this season, not at all. Not at all. Now, some Equip have come up with some bogus stories and saying that Arsenal had an agreement with Layvin Kurzawa. Actually, they have said Equip claim that Layvin Kurzawa had an agreement to join Arsenal last summer before ditching the idea and signing a new 4-year contract at PSG. You remember I talked about the story and it somehow disappeared. Yeah. It really disappeared. I mean, I don't know how it did. I don't know how it disappeared, but the truth, the truth is, we were very close to signing Layvin Kurzawa. We had an agreement. He was gonna be a free agent, and the story disappeared, and he signed a 4-year deal. But for me, that doesn't really make any sense. The only alarm. The only bell that rings in my head when you talk about Layvin Kurzawa is the fact that Arsenal need to sign in. What's that? Arsenal need to sign in the backup left back. We need to go for a decent backup left back. Whether it is Ryan Bertrand, whether it is whoever it is, as long as they're decent, we need a backup left back that is a little bit decent to help out Tierney when he's injured, when he needs to rest and things like that. Let's talk about Willian. But before you talk about Willian, someone give me 10 likes, people. Someone give me 10 likes, just 10 likes, and we talk about Willian. So according to Sky Sports, this is what they have to say. Sky Sports News say Willian may have played his last game for Arsenal, with the Brazilian keen on a return to Chelsea. Come on. This is the worst news I've read today. The worst. So he says a number of clubs, including Inter Miami, are working hard to sign him, but Sky Sports has learned that a return to Chelsea would be his number one choice. Mixed reactions. What do you think about Willian? Honestly, I want you people to be very honest. What do you think about Willian signing back to Chelsea? And what do you think about the Willian and his future to Arsenal? At Arsenal, not to Arsenal, but at Arsenal. We brought him last summer on a free deal. We were happy, Arsenal fans. We bought the jerseys, shirt number 12. Brazilians, many of us learned the Portuguese language so that we could actually communicate with Willian. Yeah, man. But he's been abysmal. Honestly, he's been an absolute abysmal this season. Poor performances, dreadful. I don't know. You could call it whatever you want, but it's been. He has not impressed me at one point in time. Not in a bit. I've not been impressed with Willian. So according to Sky Sports, they're saying he could have played his last game at Arsenal, and a move back to Chelsea is his priority. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know. First and foremost, I don't understand where the reports are coming from, because Sky is a very reputable source. When you talk about Sky Sports, it's credible, absolutely credible. But come on, Chelsea going for Willian, they can never do that with the amount of quality Chelsea have at the moment. The likes of Pulisic, the likes of Kai Havertz, the likes of Ziyech. You don't think Chelsea are gonna go for you? I think, honestly, Willian is done in English football. He's done. We need to offload him. He's getting big wages and doing a lot of nothing. I have thoughts that Pepe is gonna become great. I have thoughts that Aubameyang is gonna shine again. I don't have thoughts of Willian shining again. I really don't have them. He served at Chelsea for so long. I think he still has the Chelsea mentality. He's summer homesick. And you know what? I even don't care. Willian should leave Arsenal in this summer. Smash the like button, people, if you agree with me that Willian should be leaving. I don't care whether he goes back to Chelsea, because even if he goes back to Chelsea, it doesn't make any sense. We could make some good money in that deal. I think if we have improved in terms of our transfers, that is how we should show it. Let us sell Willian. We signed him on a free. If we sell him for around 10 million to Inter Miami in America, we are making some profit. Maybe, yeah, apart from making losses and losses, we could make some profit. And we are looking at deals that could actually fund our summer. If you're looking for at deals that fund your summer, Willian is one of them. What is he doing at Arsenal? This transfer policy is dreadful. Absolutely. I was happy when he signed because he was our first signing, isn't it? But it is dreadful. The transfer policy is dreadful. Willian shouldn't be here in the first place. 32 years of age, 3-year contract, doesn't make sense. But anyway, the 3-year contract at the moment is working in our favor. I mean, when we sell out Willian, I mean, his resale value is a little bit high because of the 2 years left on his contract. But you're not welcome, Willian. You should leave. Honestly, you've been dreadful. Willian has been. I don't understand, really. I really don't understand how a player could be so poor. So poor. I thought when we had brought him in, we would make ourselves comfortable, but things have not worked out like that. Really and truly, things have not worked out like that. I have some exciting piece of news to discuss, and that is around Ruben Neves. Now, according to the Athletic, Wolves will listen. Not actually listen, but Wolves will sell Ruben Neves for around £35 million. Would you take him at Arsenal? That's a very big question. Very, very big question. Wolves will sell Ruben Neves at £35 million. Would you take him at Arsenal? And my answer is, I don't know whether I'm just greedy or selfish, but it's absolutely. I mean, Ruben Neves, first and foremost, I was very surprised at his age. He's only 24. He's a very young midfielder. But if you look at what Ruben Neves does at Wolves, there is no Premier League side that wouldn't take him. At the moment, when Liverpool are losing Gigi Wijnaldum, they would take him. At the moment, when Arsenal's Granit Xhaka is done and dusted, we would take him. Manchester United need a player in that area. They would take him. Manchester City, Fernandinho is leaving the club. They would take him. Any club that has the means would take him. And I think Wolves have the thirst for the money, and it's something that after the financial rewards have been announced by the Premier League, now clubs do have to look at one or two things. How do we boost our revenue? It's going to be by selling players. So Wolves will sell players, Norwich will sell Buendia, Bissouma will be sold by Brighton. They need to raise their revenue. But I don't see Arsenal looking at Ruben Dias. We have not been linked with him before, so I don't expect very, very many links from him. Links with him as a player. But I would take Ruben Dias. Honestly, I would take Ruben Dias all day long. All day long, I would take him. So what, people? We have started. For me, we have started our transfer window well in terms of speculation. I'm not talking about in terms of doing deals, but in terms of speculation, all things are in our favor. Buendia, Norwich have said that they expect a move. They have looked at they have sat down the player, and they believe, as well as Emi Buendia, they all believe that it's the right time to move. It's the right time to make a move. So Buendia thinks it's time for me to go, and he wants to go to Arsenal. Norwich also think it's the right time for the player to move, and they're saying anyone who has the right amount of money. So it's for Arsenal, it's looking for the money. Bissouma, the price has been set. It's all about meeting the price, and it has not been set in the roof. No, because Brighton know if you're talking about a central midfielder, there is Bissouma, there is Kamavinga, there is Somare, there is this guy at Trauma. Just forgetting his name. We were linked. We were linked with him so much in the last summer. What is his name? That African guy. So there are so many central midfielders at the moment. Very many central midfielders. So if Brighton want to get some money, they need to put the prices down, and that's what they're doing. The likes of Guido Rodriguez are there for around 40 million. The likes of Nabil Fekir are there for around for around 20 million. So there's a lot of competition. Many clubs have central midfielders and they want to sell. So Brighton are saying, you know what? If there is someone who can give us 30 million, and we are going to discuss that story at exactly 21 at exactly 9:30 p.m. We shall discuss that story of Yves Bissouma. So it looks like the speculation is working in our favor. We have started well, honestly. We have really started well. There is no better way to start a summer like Arsenal have started. Buendia wants to join, Bissouma wants to join, the clubs want to sell. Honestly, what do we want? What do we want? But like the typical Arsenal thing, we always screw ourselves up. We always screw ourselves up. We are chasing over the likes of Odegaard, players that do not, Madrid is not looking at selling as a priority, but Arsenal is looking at buying as a priority. Go for Buendia. It's a deal that, is only negotiations. Only negotiations. And the latest around Emi Buendia is that Aston Villa are preparing a very nice offer for the player. A very nice offer. With Villa, I think they feel like they're gonna lose Grealish. When you feel like your partner is gonna die, when you feel like your partner is gonna die, and you feel these signs. So they feel the signs of losing Jack Grealish. So I think they're looking at bringing in Emi Buendia as a perfect replacement of Jack Grealish. However much they have disregarded reports that Grealish will be going, and also what. But for me, if there is right money at this point in time, Grealish will not stay at Aston Villa. They have reached their ceiling, and Grealish sees that. He notices Villa have reached their ceiling. All they can do, beat Liverpool 7-1, 7-2, 7-1, and then finish 11th in a season. Sorry for that. Grealish needs a bigger challenge. Grealish needs a new challenge. And the club knows that. The club knows that. Grealish is now bigger than Aston Villa. We've got to accept, for Christ's sake. He's bigger than Aston Villa, and what we've got to look at this moment, at this point in time, is how do they replace Emi Buendia? How do they replace Grealish? And they're looking at Buendia. And don't be surprised if someone comes and buys Jack Grealish for 90 million. It's gonna be an easy deal. You know what? Aston Villa will tell Grealish, you know what, bro? We have received the money. And then Norwich will tell Buendia, go to Aston Villa for 1 season or 2, and then you get a big money move. We've seen players do this. We've seen players do such deals. The likes of I think it was Brian Lewis, Fulham. By then, a player was set to join Arsenal, and then he signed a new deal. So Buendia is 25 years of age at the moment. If he goes to Aston Villa for 2 seasons, he can get a big money move at 27. It happens. He can even be there for 1 season. So I think Arsenal need to stop wasting our time. We are reporting, we are interested, we are focused as fans, but the club needs to stop wasting time. Let's see what you people are saying in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. It really means a lot, and I pray that you people always keep tuning in all the time. Oh, my light is off, but it doesn't really matter. Timothy said, "Who is that one again?" With Arsenal transfers, the frustration is always there. Now, Timo, the player is called Edmund Tapsoba. He's a centre back playing at Bayer Leverkusen, and Arsenal is reportedly in serious talks to bring him in. He could be our first player, because with Emi Buendia, we are not in talks. With Odegaard, the talks have just been initiated. With Bissouma, there is no talks there. So literally, with Max Aarons, it is still interest. So the only player Arsenal is chasing to sign at the moment is Edmund Tapsoba. So big up Arsenal fans, really big up. Hi Cossy, how are you, bro? Timo, hope you're doing well, brother. Turai says best young prospect centre back in Europe right now. You people have always said Upamecano. You've always said the likes of Konate. What about Jules Koundé? What about Paul Torres? Yeah. What about Saliba? What about Fofana? I mean, I don't know. I don't know really, people. But what I can say is, he seems exciting as a player. He seems exciting as a centre back. So if Arsenal have decided to go for him, what can we say? All we can do is, is agree with the deal. At the moment, I support Dortmund in Germany, and I watched Leverkusen versus Dortmund. And Tapsoba is an annoying player. He is underrated. He is underrated. He is a beat. Thank you so much, Liverpool Hub, bro. Soft media saying I think it's good. So you people know about the player. I'm really happy about this. I'm really, really happy. Grass says Arsenal fans don't deserve anything. You put Willock on loan to do bits and come out and come back. What more does Joe have to do to get into the Arsenal? Really, people. I don't think Joe Willock. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong about this, but I don't think Joe Willock is Arsenal quality. I mean, people, please correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me. I stand to be corrected. I don't think it's Arsenal quality, honestly. I don't think. What do people think? I don't think it's Arsenal quality. Telling you for facts. Iwobi is a big loss. But we got around 35 million pounds from Iwobi. So it's very hard to say he's a loss. 35 million pounds. Remember, we didn't sign him for millions and millions. Thanks. This is Moses. Welcome, bro. Willock needs to stay. This is according to Julio. Thank you so much, Julio, for your comment. Xhaka needs to move. We've talked about that, really talked about that. Xhaka needs to move on. He is only 21. This is according to Hooper. And it says, I think you're talking about Joe Willock in this case. He can play 8 and 10. He can be a sub for Emil Smith, bro. I don't get it, people. I don't get it. I mean, if you're saying we're gonna be ruthless, if you're saying we need to be ruthless as Arsenal fans, honestly, if you're saying we need to be ruthless, then the likes of Joe Willock have to go. If the club has to be ruthless, if more people, if more quality is gonna, move into this Arsenal side, the likes of Joe Willock need to go. Honestly, they need to leave. They need to leave the club, people. They need to leave. And what more did he have to do on loan to say? Please answer this. No, I didn't say he did. He didn't perform out on loan. I think he did well. 7 goals in 7 games. He did well, but that doesn't guarantee that you keep the player. I mean, it's the same thing with Alexander Lacazette. He's performed well this season, honestly, but only to guarantee that you can sell him and get good, some good money. That's my opinion, and I love this channel because we share different opinions, and I really love the channel about it. People, thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like button. Never don't forget, one expert brings you the biggest odds, in terms of your betting tips. So make sure you check them out. Julia says we keep Willock. Okay. Foday says I will sell Joe Willock for 30 million. I would also sell him, even if it's 25 million pounds. Honestly, we need to fund our summer. Where is the money gonna come from? You've got to sell some of these lads. You've got to offload some of them. Honestly. Okay, good work. This is Richard. Thank you so much, bro. I mean, you people really make this thing good. Stella, thank you so much for always tuning in, Stella. Thank you so much, Stella, for always tuning in. She says, no, Cossy, if you're building something for the future, let him stay. Well, I do not understand whether it's going to be part of the long-term project, honestly. But for me, in my case, I don't think Joe Willock is going to be part of the upcoming project. I just don't think. Anyway, you have a point. You might have a point. Yes, let him move on, bro. This is Timo. Mbewe says, let him go. This name is very hard. It looks like G4N. He says, let him go. Let Willock go as well. And then BT Express says, it is wise to sell Willock and sign players who will give you a top 4 finish and win trophies. Honestly, that's what I thought about as well. Lawson says he should go. People, And let us not say Willock should leave the club because we do not like him as you know. I mean, as a person, I don't have a personal grudge with Joe Willock. Not any personal grudge. His playing style is not bad. You know, it's not bad. My only problem is Willock, Xhaka, Elneny. They're loyal footballers, but they're not the quality. They're not the standards we want. Honestly, that's it. That's all. Then I've says just the first game was good enough. Was good enough. Eric says Willian can't go back to Chelsea, but he should be sold to. You know, honestly, Willian should be sold to Inter Miami. I don't know how we did the deal, really. I don't know how we did the deal, but we did it. And that's Arsenal, you know. That's Arsenal. We always do those kind of deals. We always, you know, always gonna do them. I don't think we can sell him if he is leaving. He's leaving for free. Really, no. I don't think. We shall get some money from Willian. Honestly, we shall get some money from Willian. Don't forget to place a bet on the Villarreal Manchester United game. Use promo code Cossy, and the link is in the description for 1xbet. Leave alone these, you know, betting companies that are gonna scam your money. Use 1xbet for the best betting odds. So people saying that Willian is gonna leave on a free transfer, that is unrealistic. He has 2 years left on his contract, so Inter Miami will buy him. Yeah, Inter Miami will buy him. Honestly, we pay some of his salary. Now I think you know, we can get some money out of Willian. We can get some money out of Willian. Oscar Tarias, my bro, how are you doing? He says, Cossy, I don't want any player who previously played in Arsenal to be back anymore. We need new faces. And that reminds me of Aaron Ramsey, people. What do you think, people? What do you think about Aaron Ramsey? What do you think about Ramsey? I mean, yeah, I agree. You know, Ramsey is, you know, he left the club not on the best conditions. But what do you think? What do you think about Aaron Ramsey? Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Ive G4N. He says, I have just subscribed. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. Please, let us get 100. You know, let us get at least 50 people to subscribe. I know there are around 40 or 50 people who are new to the channel. Subscribe, and I'm gonna give you a shout out the moment you do that. Let me know if you've subscribed, and then I'll give you a shout out. Let's wait for actions. Words are not enough. That is true, Samuel. Arsenal need to buy matchup player for next season to win the league. I mean, winning the league is a little bit odd and unrealistic, but I appreciate the comment. Did you buy the new kit? I think it is going to look good on you. No, I've just bought this. I think I've also bought this one. So I have bought the white one for this season, and then the blue one. These are the two. Those are the two kits I bought today. But I'm gonna buy the new kits. Honestly, I'm gonna buy the new kits. I have nothing to do. But I mean, Arsenal, we are so loyal to this club. We are very, very loyal to this club. We buy, you know, we are buying many kits. We are buying. I'm planning on buying a scarf, Arsenal scarf. I need to buy Arsenal merchandise. I need to buy Arsenal beats. You know, I need to get Arsenal beats. But the club doesn't really give us in return. We don't get anything in return, you know. But I'm gonna buy the new kits, people. Gonna buy the new kits, so I have nothing to do. The problem of Arsenal is after saying all this, they pull off. It's true. It's really, really true. Pay for. Okay, you want a video for Thunder Badge? You know, it looks like you want a video for Thunder Badge. I'll provide it, Eric. Point taken. I'll do a video for Thunder Badge. Please don't sell Willock. This is according to Lodan. It says don't sell Willock. Oscar Terrier says okay, we've looked at that as well. Okay, where did I end? Where did I end really? Okay, Joe says Arsenal has become a joker team. How I wish Mr. Dangote and Ake Daniels can join forces and have the stands both. I thought about that, by the way. I really thought about that. If these two could join forces, I mean, we could have a nice, we could have a nice summer. we could go back to being great clubs again. Honestly, we could go back to being great clubs again. Anyway, I thought about that if they joined forces, maybe we could have something really, really formidable. Due to financial issue, Arsenal cannot go for Grealish. However, I prefer Arsenal to go for Emi Buendia. Thank you so much, bro. Mbehe. Julia says big club don't need money. They need good players. This is Julio. Xhaka plays an important role. Just imagine if you have if you had someone better than Granit Xhaka. Just imagine if you had Santi Cazorla playing in that area. Just imagine. Just imagine Arsenal had Cazorla in that area. What would you say? Willock is not the level of Arsenal. That is absolutely true, in my opinion. He's like Henderson, but I think Henderson has been a little bit consistent. At Liverpool, Arteta is a problem at Arsenal. If yes, he is a yes man, and he doesn't know how to deal with transfer business. This is according to Geoffrey. Thank you so much, Geoffrey, for your comment. So Joe Willock. This is according to Silla. I think Peter says let him remain. Let us keep Joe Willock. I've says let him go. We are referring to Willian, not Willock. All right. I mean, I don't want to keep Willian. Honestly, I don't want to keep Willian. I'm still thinking about anything, but I don't want to keep Willian. At least not him. One expect stake is how much? I think you'll be able to to bet any amount. You'll be able to deposit any amount, and then you'll be able to bet from 1,000 Ugandan shillings. That is around that's less than $1. Yeah, that's less than $1. So, but make sure you when you stake, you use promo code Cossy so that you can get your bonus back. Okay. Oh, your name is Vegan. Okay, finally, I get something to call you Vegan. Joe says Willock may have shown some good class in Newcastle colours, but then that is where he fits. To let him stay in Arsenal on the bench, it's best that you allowed him to move. And honestly, for the better of the player, for his own advantage, you would let him go. Honestly. You let him go. I mean, I don't see any reason as to why you keep him around, keep him on the bench. You don't have Europa football. You don't have Champions League. You don't have Conference League. Where is he gonna play? He's been playing in Europa. He's been playing in Europa. He would be playing in the Conference League. We have not qualified. Peter says we need Willian. Okay, and then Vegan says. Yes, he has 2 years in his contract, but he's overpaid player. Let's be honest. He chooses us for the salary. Joe says Ramsey shouldn't be allowed to return to Arsenal. He did not value Arsenal. I mean, for me, it's not even all about the valuing and the lack of valuing for the club. I think it goes deeper. It goes further to the extent that he's finished. I mean, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. We are gonna get from signing Willian. Really, not Willian, but from Ramsey. What are we gonna get apart from a player who sits on the bench and waits for others to come off? And I think we need young players to do that. Getting Guendouzi. We need young players to do that. We don't need old players to come back and shadow the likes of Matteo Guendouzi. No, don't resign. Don't resign any previous players. We have to move on to buy better players. Thank you so much, Samuel Asari. Jilla says, Willian is not a winner. No more. We call him... What? We call him... What's that? Lillian R8. Now Cruz is a loser. Lillian out. Okay, Kamau says, Arsenal need to focus to strengthen their defender. To get back to top 4 place next season. Okay. Steve Gribble, he says, I've subscribed. Hi, Chris. Hi from Arsenal fans way down in Cornwall. Thank you so much for subscribing, Steve. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. Another subscriber today. Peter says, we don't want Ramsey. Again, he's old enough as well. Echimeza Live says, hot by Skillibeng. Big up, Cossy. I do love Skillibeng, by the way. I love around 2 or 3 songs, and what's funny about him is the way he titles his songs. only 3 characters, not hot, you know, 3 characters, and you know you have a title for a song. I really do love Skilly Bang. Just subscribe. This is Jason. Thank you so much for subscribing, Jason. Please do subscribe and let me know, and I give you a shout out. It really means a lot. Okay, we need new blood. Full stop. This is according to Steve, and he says Bissouma plus Partey will have locked our midfield. Maguire says Willock is experiencing the same thing as Lingard. Once they go back to their clubs, they won't have enough quality. They perform for smaller clubs. Thank you. I mean, they're Benteke, the likes of Benteke. I think Benteke, and the Caro. You know, that's the quality. That's their quality. You know, that's their quality. That's their quality, really. Aaron Ramsey, I want him back because Arsenal has less number of creative midfielders as for now. That is according to Gasham. And Joseph says Leno. What's about Leno? Should I talk about Leno? Well, what do you want to listen about? You know, listen in from Leno about Leno. He's confirmed he's not going to be leaving the club. So I don't think there is so much to listen in from him as a player. Cossy, Arsenal need to buy much a player like Bissouma. We need Bissouma, don't we? We need Brandt, Bissouma, and Aarons. This is Julio. I really do rate Bissouma. I rate Aarons and I rate Brandt. I really like Brandt, but he's been off form for some time now. Compare Emi and that guy from Wolverhampton, Cossy. They don't play in the same area. They don't play in the same area. If you wanted to compare Emi, you'd compare him to maybe Jota at the time when he was at Wolverhampton Wanderers, or you compare him to Pedro Neto, or you compare him to Podence. I really do love Podence. He's a bowler. But if you just want me to compare the two, just for you to just to create a difference for you, Emi Buendia is a number 10, a person who just loves to go forward and create chances and score goals. Now, what you get in why have I forgotten his name? Really? That was that Ruben Neves, sorry. So I think what you get in Ruben Neves is a link-up player, a number, kind of a modern central midfielder, a modern defensive midfielder, tackling, things like interceptions, and things like shooting far away from goal. That's what you get from Ruben Neves. But for Emi Buendia, he is closer. He plays very, very closely to the strikers. Actually, at times he plays as a false 9. I think just think about Emi Buendia as Bruno Fernandes, and think about Ruben Neves as as a Wilfred Ndidi. That kind of player. Gogo says, hello, Cossy, smash the likes. I'm loving your work rate, man. Thank you so much. I've got to give you the content, and I need to make sure that the content is right and quoted. So thank you so much for appreciating. Thank you so much. We need Kamavinga. This is Emmanuel. Apart from anything, I think Kamavinga should be one of the players that we do need to get in. Kamavinga is, he's a bowler, He's a bowler. I do love bowlers, people. Do love bowlers. Arsenal need to strengthen the midfield. This is according to Alex. I think we need around three midfielders, honestly. Saying we should sell Willock is like saying we should sell Saliba. Please, come on, give me a break. In terms of talent, in terms of quality, the two players are miles apart. Why do you compare Willock to Saliba? They're not even. Willock is not that valuable asset. Saliba is that valuable asset. Come on. But anyway, it's your opinion, and I love opinions, people. How many goals did the whole midfield get combined? Selling one who scores from midfield will be a game changer. But when Willock was at Arsenal, how many goals did he score? Really? I'm from Kenya. Let us know. buy new and better players. I have subscribed. This is according to Isaac. Thank you so much for subscribing. Smash the like button, people. Let's have at least 100 likes on this show. At least 100 likes on this show. And thanks for people for subscribing. If you've subscribed, let me know. I'll give you a shout out. So shout out to Isaac from Kenya. Much love from Kenya. Much love from Kenya. Much love to the Kenyans. I think it is 254. Is it 254? Kenya, Uganda is 256. Make sure you subscribe, people. You're my neighbors. Let's give Balogun a chance. I think Balogun will get a chance next season. He'll get a chance because honestly, with Balogun, you have a player who has signed a new contract, a young player that has been assured of at least some game time. And I don't know where he's gonna get the game time when Arsenal is not even in the Europa League. He has to wait for FA Cup and Carling Cup. Honestly, but I have no issues there. Was a mistake, but I think Leno is definitely good enough to be our starter keeper. My only problem with Leno is those stupid mistakes he makes as a goalkeeper. Those stupid mistakes. Apart from that, I don't have any other issues. Honestly, I don't have any other issues. According to me, Camavinga is better than Emiliano Buendia, but for Ramsey, I don't want him. This is according to Oscar Terres. But again, Camavinga and Buendia play in different positions, and you could use them, in the same squad. Help Cossy smash the likes. I'm loving your work, Red. Thank you so much, Go. Please do help me smash the like button, people. It's gonna help this channel a lot. You know what? In the past videos, you've been smashing up the likes. You can see the views are going up. The comments are also coming in, and slowly we are gonna build this thing, and it's gonna be one of the greatest, in Africa there, and probably in Europe. Odegaard, Bellerin, Willian, Nketiah, and Xhaka need to be sold. I'm not really sure about Odegaard. I'm really sure about the others, but I think we need to give a lot more time to Martin Odegaard. Odegaard is a bowler. Odegaard is a good player. We need to give him more time. Honestly, more time. Steve says new players are great, but what's in the kitty? Okay. Genduzi needs to be brought back to the team instead of Ramsey. Bring in Emi or Bissouma to pair him with Thomas Partey. Arsenal needs to that still midfield with creativity. Julia says Camavinga and Grealish rare for bigger club. Yeah, really, but I think Camavinga, his deal is expiring in 1 year. Arsenal can do that. For Grealish, he signed a new deal last summer. That's a little bit harder to do, but for Camavinga, that's an easy deal to do, really. It's an easy deal to do. Saliba and Mavropanos should be brought back. Saliba is coming back as per the Athletic. We are going to give him a chance. But for Dinos Mavropanos, it doesn't look, the future is not so bright. Camavinga and Grealish, rare for a big team. Saliba is better than Willock. Saliba needs to be given a fair chance next season. I just feel Saliba is a professional player, honestly. I just feel Saliba is a professional player. Genduzi should be brought back, in my opinion. Angela says John Juice needs a change. Balogun needs to go. On loan. Cossy, Willian Saliba is a good centre back for Arsenal next season. I agree with you, Sila. And then Dima says, what about Martinelli? He's better than Balogun. He's another player that needs chances. Another player that really needs a lot of chances. Hi, sorry for being late. Can you please give me a small breakdown of the latest news on the signing of Tapsoba from Leverkusen? Okay, bro. Cossy, I was in Kampala but forgot to say hi to you. Oh, Eric, that's unfair. That's unfair. Tejan says, hi, Cossy. How are you doing, Tejan? Please do subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button as well. You know what? Okay, people. Let's talk about. Let's try to feed in Philip. Now, Philip, what's happening is, according to the Daily Express and one of the most exciting and credible journalists in terms of transfers, Gianluigi. The other name is so hard, but Italian journalist. He said that Arsenal are in serious talks to sign the player from Leverkusen. That is the latest. We are in very, very serious. We are actually, it's the only deal in which we are in talks. The rest, it's only interest. It's only mere interest. But this is the only deal where Arsenal is genuinely in talks to sign the player. So basically that's what's happening. Anything new to come up, I will actually let you know. Martinelli is better than all of you, than all of our young strikers. He's the next monster. I really do love Martinelli, and I rate him a lot. I really do rate him a lot. Thank you so much for watching, people. Thank you so much for watching in. It's been a great stream. 90 people watching. Make sure you use my promo code. Go down in the description and try to use that. Click on the link. You'll be able to get yourself almost $100 by using my promo code Cossy Media. Bet on any game. Use my promo codes, and you also Cossy Media is my promo code. You'll be able to get $100, up to $130 with 1xbet. And of course, never forget, honestly, never forget to smash the like button, people. Never forget to smash the like button. Let's have at least 10 more likes before we end the show. 10 more likes. Just 10 people to give me 10 more likes. It's just something little I'm asking for. 10 more likes. I'll speak to you. I think after this, I'm gonna take a break, and we're gonna try to rank our players in this season. I've already downloaded their picks. I've already done the tier list. All I have to do is to stream it. So see you later.